Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and Cossacks 3. I've been sitting in the multiplayer lobby for, well, damn near 45 minutes, waiting for a good game to join, basically. Nope, I wanted to build on that one. But eventually my patience kind of ran out, so I thought I'll just start playing a random map instead. That's one major problem that I'm having with Cossacks 3. That basically there are just no good games to join. There are a lot of weird rules, and the ranking system or the costume games make a very unbalanced environment to play in. So we got everything from complete noobs to 2,500 wins basically. And that's a lot. That's a lot of difference between players, and it makes for very unbalanced games. Anyway, now I'm back to playing a round of single player game against two impossible AIs. I'm just gonna play for fun. Hopefully I'll learn something eventually. Of course, there is no peacetime when I play against an AI, so I'll just have to do my absolute best right now to get a good army up right off from the start. And when you are done, I would like you to start building mines, because of course we need a good amount of a good eco very, very early when playing with no peacetime, of course. And also we need to start upgrading the troops right away almost, but I'm gonna give it a little time because we're playing on a huge map, so most likely it's gonna take a little while for the AI to get over to my base basically, so I can take the time to get a good head start on my economy rather than putting all of the resources into military upgrades right off the bat. Of course, we're gonna need more stone and wood in order to get to our third town hall. Oh, by the way, I'm playing as Prussia, so I'm gonna get 18th century Prussian musketeers. I'm not gonna challenge myself this round, but rather I will only be playing with 18th century. I will be playing with 18th century barracks units and things like that. So I'm not gonna do any limitations on myself, but I'm just gonna play to have a good time. Hopefully still learn something, and yeah, basically make interesting or amusing content for you guys as well. If you just feel like watching a Cossacks 3 game, this is where you can go. Also very important to scout your surroundings. One thing that's difficult with Cossacks though is what scouted area you have doesn't remain scouted, but you can only the line of sight, direct line of sight, is open until you research the Montgolfier in the 18th century, so that you can get the balloon send up, and then you'll see the whole map. Which is of course a very important upgrade, even though it's pretty expensive. The cost is right up there. It's like it depends on faction, but it's almost 7 grand, 7,000 gold. Let's see if we can find yet another gold mine. We really need to find our mines. Hopefully, I have it in the back portion of my base. Food is finally starting to get somewhere. How great is that? We need coal mines as well, of course. And now our food should start going up quite nicely. Let's take some of them to go on lumber, because we really need our academy up and running so we can get officers and diplomatic centers and things like that. Seriously, where are all the gold mines on this map? Desperately need me some gold mines. Good that I could upgrade this one at least. Still, we have a coal mine right over there. Although I'm not in too big of a hurry to build that mine because I'm not gonna make any musketeers right now. I do need food and gold to upgrade my pikemen, so that will be the main resource that I send my units to. 1200 wood in order to get the academy. But it's just gonna be keep harvesting, keep harvesting. I'm there any second now, just 10 wood from it. Come on, there we go. Finally. And then we can of course get another bunch of really great upgrades. And I can get officers as well. But always need more gold. I'm actually gonna set my marketplace to hotkey 5. My barracks are number 1, so I don't have to go back to the base just in order to recruit from it or make upgrades. Just like that. Beautiful. I can double click it though, and then I'll be back in the city or village. So far it's pretty small, so you might call it a village. Of course, I'll also want to reach 18th century as fast as possible. And also I need to put guards on all of my mines, and in order to do that you can just select the units that you want to take from, and then you either click this, use unit as guard, or you just press hotkey G. And then it's gonna take 2 pikemen and march them to the building or the unit that you want them to protect, or that you want them to stand by. Really? Still no... Still no enemies, it seems. Where are all of my enemies? That's what I want to ask. Of course we're gonna get wood cutting efficiency upgrade. I would also need to get with the harvesting program as fast as possible. No use, I think, to start. I will not be sending units, mercenaries and pikemen too soon to start attacking, but rather I want to build a good economy and basically have a fun game. Let's see. One idle little peasant right there. Let's get you onto the stone excavation program. And all of you can start sending peasants to the stone excavation point right there. And then also I'm gonna hope to get this upgrade as soon as possible. I just need more gold for it. That's why it's such a travesty that so far, there we go, that I haven't been able to find the next gold mine, but now I did, which makes me one happy little guy. And we can make a stable right there, and after you're done with that, I would just love it if you guys can build an artillery depot. I would just thoroughly enjoy that. I will not be getting firepower yet, although, as you can see, I'm kind of floating on iron. I like that a lot, though. Always good to have a decent amount of iron in the bank, because, of course, if I would start going... I need it for my production of units, that's one thing, but also when gunpowder units shoot, they use both iron and coal, so I don't want to run out of those resources. There we go. Our very first adversary seems to be coming up. I thought I saw some bright blue right there in the corner. Did I? Or was it just an illusion? We'll keep an eye out on the minimap. But keep going with the food upgrades. And when can I get this one? I just need 1500 gold and then I'll get... It's quite costing to have a to build an army. Let's make you guys numkey 6, so then I'll always have you nearby. Look at that. Great work, boys. So proud of you. So proud of you. I lost one though. Lost one unit in that army. Too bad in that formation. And we can get the next agriculture salary. Raise agriculturists' salary. Harvesting plus 50%. We'll accept that gracefully. Now we seem to be getting a decent amount of peasants onto that stone excavation point, so we can set them back to the other one. Let's see. Come on. It's a lot of weight to get some resources. There we go. And also, I would just love it to sell some stone so we can upgrade this one. And also, eventually, I'll start building. I'll need to start building some walls around my civilization as well. But first of all, I'll want to keep a good. I want my Montgolfiers first, basically, so that my peasants don't get surprised. Don't get surprised by any enemy cavalry or anything like that. Let's see, and now we got that cannon tower up and running, huh? How beautiful is that? You can build yet another mill right there. It was going to be a really beautiful little patch of food. I can't believe they can grow crops right in the snow in the middle of winter. So confusing, so confusing. I actually start making some writers. Just in order to have something that can harass. And so far, I just need, oh my god, the coal upgrade, or the horseshoe upgrade, the forge harnesses for horses, which of course reduces the recruitment, the time of recruitment for mounted units by 33%. It's a lot cheaper coal-wise when you're Prussia. That's interesting. Let's see, still have some idle peasants it seems. They were right there. So now let's just sell some stone for gold, and we just need a bit more, so let's sell all of it. There we go, market still number 1, and the barracks. The market is number 2, sorry, number 5. Wow, I'm all over the place today, but the market is hotkey number 5, the barracks number 1. Like to keep it tidy with the hotkeys. Still haven't found what I'm looking for, which of course is the opponents. Maybe I've just missed them while the pikemen marched through the city. Wouldn't think so, wouldn't hope so, but it just might be the case. Let's see, how much for the next stone excavation upgrade? 1500 gold and 1200 coal. It's an expensive upgrade to say the least. So let's go to upgrade our coal mines. We have one there, but still can't afford that one though. Now we can. And we can build yet another stable as well. So of course we'll want to do that. And finally we got some artillery. Been a while since you saw that on this channel, because when I play multiplayer, generally, there are not a lot of artillery in the games I'm playing. And if there are artillery, most likely the players in that game has like 1500 or 600 something winning record. And that feels a bit unbalanced when you're having like 25 winning record like I do. There we go. Now we're being attacked. Now something is happening, but only okay. Here comes orange as well, so it seems like they're coming from the same direction. So I have rivers on this map, and that results in the units coming through choke points, basically, in the map. And right there we have the orange player. And it seems like he's playing Bavaria, right? Yeah, Bavaria. Really good unit, really good faction in the 18th century. And we can actually build yet another stable. How beautiful is that? And I actually haven't even started to recruit from all of the stables, so that's a mistake. And of course we've got this upgrade as well, which will give them faster recruiting time. Also, really good idea to always keep the units upgraded now, because there's no peacetime. So then of course we want to be at the top of our game throughout the game. This makes me confused. Town halls number 1, barracks number 2, stables number 3. There we go. Now it's tidy. We are population capped though. That might be because I have so many peasants and no one's working on lumber, so I haven't been able to construct my fourth town hall. 1250 coal. And now we're gonna get some better stone production. Very nice, very nice. What's left? I don't have any more buildings that I need to get worked up before I can get to the 18th century. So rather it's just gonna be getting a good control over my economy. And also move up the units. See if there's something more that we can attack right here. Not enough dwellings. Maybe I should actually build some dwellings. I'm not a big fan of houses. At least not this kind of houses. There we go. Yeah, but they don't want to fight with me. Too bad. But I guess I'm gonna get plenty of that later on during the game. What do I need? I need 6,500 gold. So let's trade for it, shall we? There we go. Now we can go up to the 18th century and we can start making 18th century units right here. So now, since I've upgraded riders, or the riders, basically that's money down the drain now, since I haven't made that many of them, but I've put a lot of resources into upgrading these units. A lot of food, a lot of gold, and some iron as well. So that's why it's good to wait with cavalry basically until you have you're going up to the 18th century. Then you can put all your resources into only researching for your 18th century cavalry. And from the stables, I will be making 18th century dragoons, actually. They are a really power unit when it comes to ranged cavalry, so I like them a lot. However, they are quite expensive. 70 food, 60 gold, and 7 iron for each unit. But still, always a good unit to have. I just have to keep on selling stone. Let's actually, we can sell some food as well. I'm not a big fan of the fact that my gold mines are so far up front, because that will make them really vulnerable to bombards or mortar cannons, just taking them down easily. There we go. Now the riders are being... Wow, they are really rocking hard on the pikemen. Very, very interesting, because I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing that as well. Hard on the pikemen, until I can afford to make an 18th century barrack, but now, however, I can make a town hall. Gold is the issue for the 18th century barrack. So actually, I will trade some food for it and build an 18th century barrack right there, and then finally I will be able to start making 18th century musketeers, which are of course really one of the stronger 18th century units in the game. They take a while to produce, but still they are freakishly powerful and effective. Okay, so green, is it green? Yeah, I thought it was like bright blue, but it's green. My bad. Green and orange, I can see that right there as well, of course. Sorry, guys. But they are starting to get quite a big army as well, and they seems like all of them are coming through an opening right down there. Come on. For some reason, the peasants decide to stop constructing houses just when they feel like it. I don't know why, really. If you do, please let me know. Don't need to upgrade the bayonets yet. But now we got one town center there that can add to the economy as well by producing a whole lot of peasants. You send your peasants to stone. You to food, you can send them to that field instead. And you to food as well, that's not quite necessary. You can send them to this spot, and you can send to this spot as well. It's a really good learning point, actually, to be to say everything that you're doing out loud, like you do when you're streaming or when you're recording. Let's see, stone is still going very well. Still need to upgrade the mines a lot, because you really don't want to be too stuck. Of course, you will be stuck in a trading economy for basically the entire game, but you want to have some kind of gold production, of course. Let's see. I want the Montgolfier. Actually, I think I'm gonna trade for it, but it costs quite a lot. So far, not being attacked yet again, though. Shouldn't have said that. The Siege Cossacks are so weak, but actually they managed to take out the orange players, the orange AI's Siege Cossacks. So that's of course good. And here they come. Sending in the pikemen. They're gonna be hopefully a good unit to tank a lot of the damage, and fortunately I have been giving them some upgrades as well. So look at that, isn't that just beautiful? Now, however, I'll really need to fill out those formations. Let's see if I can do that from here. Nope, too far away. Send a couple of pikemen over. And fortunately, I'm not bored for too long, because right after orange comes green. Of course it does. Of course it does. Now I'm up to full formation right there, 120. Still 114 there. Seems like I didn't send enough units. Let's see what kind of damage you guys can deal. Also, I think I'll actually start making... Oh, look at that. Just beautiful. The close shots that come from up close deal so much damage to the units. That's really good. Just don't want them to deal that damage to my own units, of course. Still not finished with that one, huh? And still, I can't afford the Monk Golf here, but now I can. And then I'm gonna get the decrease of the building construction time, because the barracks take forever, the 18th century barracks, to build. Let's crank out another one. So far I don't have anything on hotkey 4, but now I do. And now we can take a look right here, where we have the different choking spots. Siege Cossacks are coming from the north. That's not gonna be fun, so I really need to maybe start making some hussars to be able to make sure that I clean those up. Yeah, I'll recruit 100 of the hussars, because they of course can take out the Siege Cossacks from the diplomatic center. Let's see what kind of... Okay, I have England and Bavaria up against me. Yeah, the Siege Cossacks, they don't take a lot of damage, but when they come up close, they can really silence the dragoons. So that's why it's really important to make sure to get rid of them as soon as possible. And I will not be upgrading the musketeers yet, because I will rather be spending that money. It's not very expensive, but still. Defense is always good, but that's just the bayonet attack that I upgrade from the very start. So I don't feel like I have that big a need for that yet. And also, I think I will stop making pikemen and start making musketeers. So now I'm gonna spend a lot of money on those upgrades as well. Let's see, I can build another stable and 18th century barrack. That's always good. And let's see if I can build more. I can build one more artillery depot, so of course I will. I will keep these episodes of me against the AI to like half an hour, so I think I will be wrapping it up shortly. Just because, of course, these games can take a lot of time, especially when I am playing for funsies. But still, it feels like we have a good start to the game. So far, I'm still alive. And seems like the Cossacks are only going through the north side. The green Cossacks, orange hasn't come along yet. But let's pull these guys back, replenish them by the city, put some more peasants into the mine. Look at that. A lot of peasants who doesn't really do anything. Still though, this has been the first almost 30 minutes. I hope you enjoy this first episode. Always a good time to just sit down and play against an AI. However, I'm still a bit disappointed that the community for playing Cossacks 3 online isn't the very best so far. Or maybe I'm just hanging out in the wrong circles. However, I'm gonna pause this recording for today. Have a great one. I'll see you in the next video.